Hello and welcome to United Daily 7, your place for all the Manchester United transfer news going on around the internet and today specifically YouTube with, well, my favourite Manchester United, I guess they're a fan channel, but they are quite literally a behemoth within the Manchester United fan channel place, Stretford Paddock. Anyway, today they're going to be talking about Mason Mount and Manchester United's transfer window so far, with obviously Andrey Santos and alike. When I say alike, they really are. Okay, that is what we're talking about. What do you think about the transfer window so far? So let's get into... Oh yeah, our man here, hang on.
I think we might see another level to Kobbie Mainoo next to a player like Santos, because he's going to get that first ball off the defence. His touch is good enough, his passing is reliable enough, and the fact that he's so good off the ball as well, I think we've got a player that can work alongside Tielemans or alongside Mount or alongside Mainoo. I've seen a lot more from him as an actual defensive midfielder than I thought I would.
Jay here.
I know, it's exciting, isn't it, actually? That is Joe Smith, I believe. This is Jay Motti, and they are going to go through the current transfers that Manchester United have made for us Manchester United fans. And I would imagine, as many other Manchester United fans have said, it's been underwhelming. And certainly other content creators out there, well, the biggest of them all is the Mark Goldbridge, and we often have videos upon Mark Goldbridge here at United Daily 7. He is also underwhelmed. Are you? Let us know in the comments. Let's see what Stretford Paddock have got to say.
Stretford Paddock, that's Joe Smith. And this is a little video looking at Manchester United's new midfield combination, the pre-season combination we've been seeing in midfield so far, and how that could have legs. That could work for Michael Carrick in the coming season. First of all, how are we, Joseph?
I'm good.
No, we don't need to know about how they are. Let's fast forward this. Now, first of all, I'm hoping that I'm not too loud. I think we're okay. Are we back in busy? Yes. I know. You think I should have probably done this earlier, but anyway, let's forward. Do you know what? Actually, this young Joe Smith, he's got a lot to say. Actually, let's have a quick listen.
I'm excited. I'm cautiously excited, obviously.
Cautiously optimistic.
Because this is pre-season and we all know how different that can be to the regular season.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing some signs, and we'll get into them and some of the numbers to back up this feeling that we've got in Santos, obviously a new player that's a real player.
Yeah.
And in Mason Mount, potentially a sort of...
Now, I won't lie, today isn't live, but many more going forward will be live. In fact, it'll be pretty much the way we're going to be doing things. So, no one ever tells you why to subscribe. Do you want the perfect mix of Manchester United YouTube channels directly brought to you with a little bit of extra? Well, then this is the channel for you. So smash a like and subscribe, because this is what you're going to get. I know what's going on. Let's get back into the lovely Stretford Paddock.
Just seems to be growing into his role at United. Again, we have to...
Now, they are now talking about Andrey Santos, okay? Andrey Santos, let me know in the comments what you think about this signing. And let me tell you what I think. I am vaguely happy about the Andrey Santos deal. I am. I think he's been a very good player so far. I think maybe the Rosenborg game, okay, average, but I think the Atletico Madrid game, he was excellent. So that's as much as I can tell you. But these boys actually here on this show, they're going to sort of break it down because actually they were there. And I think that makes for a bit of a difference. Here we go.
The caveat that this is pre-season. It's not like this is the fiercest test he's had, and some of the games haven't been, the quality hasn't been there from the opposition, perhaps. But you can see how he's sort of growing into his role at Manchester United.
100%. And I feel like we've said that. We've made it clear. If anyone watches this now and says, oh, it's only pre-season, who cares?
Yeah.
Fair enough, have that opinion, but we know that. We're just talking about what we have seen so far, because a lot of us have not really seen much of Andrey Santos, certainly not full matches, certainly not
Have you seen Andrey Santos?
Multiple full matches. Just some of his numbers against Atletico Madrid before we get into the eye test a little bit. 82 minutes played, so pretty much the full game. He had the most accurate passes of anyone in the game, the most touches, but crucially as well, 7 defensive contributions, including 3 tackles, a block, 3 interceptions, which I want to get to, and 2 ball recoveries as well. He did pretty much everything. The other thing as well, 100% of his ground duels won. I mean, it was only 3, so it's not, getting stuck into everything. And admittedly, the intensity of ground duels are the sort of thing that drops off quite significantly.
To be honest with you, if he'd have cost us £100 million and done these and had these performances, we'd all be very happy, and that is the truth of the matter. But let me know.
Pre-season, because you don't want to go flying in and get injured and all that sort of stuff. But you can see from what we've seen from him so far, he's much more well-rounded than I thought he would be. He's someone that, look at those numbers. He also had 7 passes into the final third as well. He's got a little bit of everything and a lot of some things, which is really impressive to me. But just his numbers, like I said, most passes of anyone in the game. He sort of controlled a lot of the tempo of the game by doing that. I think he was sort of,
it's good.
Other than
he's a nice player, I think.
I think he had 20 or 30 passes more.
I think
than
the Chelsea
midfielder. So
fans were a little bit disappointed.
Had his influence on the game, and I just thought, like you said, he's grown into his role. We're seeing a player that you don't really expect too much from him, because he's a little bit lesser known. He's a young lad, 22 years old. He's someone that could come in and kind of go under the radar, but I don't think he is. I think he's showing himself to be really important again in this sort of pre-season so far. But I like a lot of what I'm seeing from him.
Yeah, I liked him in the Atletico Madrid game, and that's it, isn't it? I saw him play actually. When he scored for Chelsea last season. I wasn't there, but I do remember that goal that he scored. I was like, that's pretty good.
Not been very impressed.
Yeah.
It's weird because I feel like the reaction from the Chelsea fans almost increased my expectations of him a little bit. Yeah. I think had they been a bit like, who cares? Andrey, I'm not bothered.
Yeah. No, they might not have been
as expected.
They were Andrey, my goodness.
But because we saw Chelsea fans genuinely angry that they let him go to us for 50 million quid. I know 50 million quid is a lot of money, but it
is a lot of money though, isn't it?
Especially between Premier League clubs, it's not that much.
No.
And a lot of the Chelsea
it is a lot of money, isn't it? 50 million.
Fans who he's kind of...
we're not all as rich as Jay Motti, isn't it? Because I guess Jay Motti is a YouTuber and a successful one at that. So 50 million, to be fair.
They know what they're on about. We're like, why have we done this? What's going on? He's a good player. I know Finn spoke very highly of him as well. He'd watched him a few times with Chelsea. He played a part in the good run they had under Liam Rosenior. So
I'd just like to address the elephant in the room, and the elephant is like, why am I wearing this? Why did I pick to wear this today? Well, it's very hot, and I wasn't actually. This was going to be a test because I'll just say you all know that recently you've been watching an AI presenter. I know. There you go. You would never believe it. In fact, let me know in the comments if you believed it or not. But I thought the consensus out there was that you did not want any AI. So I am not AI, but I am a little bit tired. That's what I want to come and say. Because this was a dry run that ended up on the internet. I know. So back to the normal proceedings. Anyway.
I actually thought, okay, this might be someone who's ready for the first team, not someone who's just there for the future or as a rotation option or a backup to a bigger name DM that we're gonna bring in. Maybe this kid could do something. And so far I've been impressed. I mean, look, we all know, Andreas Pereira is the prime example of it. It's like you can have the preseason Pirlo. I get all that.
Absolutely true, by the way.
Van Gaal, where we won all our preseason games and then lost the opening day to Swansea. So I don't want to get too carried away. But what I'm watching is very good.
I completely agree, and there's a few things that I think I'm very confident will translate into the Premier League and the Champions League and all that. One, I mentioned those 3 interceptions that he made. The way he reads the game off the ball, you can just see it straight away. It's very, very good. And he covers space, and I don't mean as in sprinting.
This is still pre-season, though. Let's not get too excited, actually. I was sitting here for a minute there. I was thinking, oh my God, we've just picked up a really influential player within the team, because it is, isn't it? It's a right old... To be a really good team, you need someone really good in there, don't you, really? It's always been the way, prime example for Manchester United. would be, I know, not really Roy Keane, but defensive midfielder. Now, I'm going to say a controversial thing, and I would imagine that actually in a defensive mindset, I feel that Santos is a bit more like Michael Carrick. There we go. Now, I don't know if the microphone is too loud, because it does look a little bit loud on this thing, but we'll find that out when I watch it on YouTube. And why not smash like? Anyway, I'm saying that Andrey Santos could be like Michael Carrick. When you think about it, Michael Carrick as the defensive midfielder that he was, let's face it, I mean, tidying up, sort of being in there, getting right place, making, tackles, moving the ball. It's very Michael Carrick. I've just made Michael Carrick's, I've made his job sound really easy. As a footballer, that is. I'm saying like his midfield, because he was an excellent midfielder, wasn't he? And he was a sort of defensive midfielder. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, let's keep blimey.
Across it. I mean, he covers areas. He puts himself in a position where players can't pass through him, and he gets in between himself and the passer.
Does sound familiar,
sort of
doesn't it?
Pass receiver. He does that so well. He did it in the first 2 games. We think, okay, fair enough. You might have sort of slightly lesser players trying to cut balls into kind of areas just because that's what they're taught to do.
God, can I just put my picture on
Atletico Madrid, even if they're not the first team necessarily. These are players who are going to be playing in the Champions League, ideally vying for La Liga next season.
I feel like it's one of those like work things, like when you're doing a work thing and you have to go, can I have to put my camera on? Yeah, you've got to put your camera on. Oh, hello, flipping heck.
They're very good players, and he just knows where to be. His positioning is excellent. We saw as well on the ball, him dropping almost into the centre-back role, didn't we? Like he was playing very much as the defensive midfield. And we saw last season, a lot of people mentioned this isn't new.
It's a funny one with this Joe Smith, isn't it? Because do you know what? Can we move it forward? We know now, we know. He's good, isn't he? He has to be like the straight man in all of this, though, because all the others get to be like, I think in American sports, they call it play-by-play and colour in the commentary world. So Joe Smith here is a perfect play-by-play commentator, whilst your J-Botties, Howsons, McCallers, the chap McCall, who's excellent. They're all the they'd be described as the colour commentators. So poor old Joe Smith, they've all gone, let's do a YouTube channel, and he's gone brilliant, and they've gone, get back in the corner, Joe Smith. Anyway,
to play that first pass himself. So far,
no, it's boring, isn't it? Let's try and find Mason Mount.
I wonder what that will do for Mainu's game, because obviously we've seen him next to Mount.
When do they get to Mount?
In particular, when he did play.
I'm going to try and get us there, because actually, I really want to talk about Mason Mount, because I think
managers, teammates,
that he is
a good
the
person
guy.
In the dressing room. Well, certainly a net positive. I'm not saying he's, it's like having Peter Kay in there, but
hang on a minute.
Another thing that you don't see on the pitch all the time.
Right, before we get to this Mason Mount bit, I'm going to make a prediction, and that is Joe Smith is wanting Mason Mount. And do you know what? I don't know if I've done the old spoiler alert, but I think Mason Mount is also a very good player, and I'm glad that he plays for Manchester United. If he was to stay fit, then Mason Mount is a key player for Manchester United, because let's not forget, he is a high-quality player. He really is a very good player. And we are, under Michael Carrick, you can forget that smashing each other up in midfield. We're going to be playing a much more possession, high footballing IQ style of football. And I think that's what's going to happen here. So, Mason Mount, we need Mason Mount. He's exactly the kind of player. And it's no surprise that Mason Mount was also Ruben Amorim's favourite player, because sometimes, let's not forget, football isn't about running fast and smashing people up in tackles. It is not. The ball does the work and all that. It's about passing, isn't it? And I think that Mason Mount is the man. What you got, Joe Smith? Hang on, is this... I'm pretty sure he's talking about Mason Mount. This is it. Here we go. Oh, hang on. Wait. We're not showing you. You're just looking at me. Oh, no.
Fundamentally, the thing that's good about Mason Mount...
Right, hang on. I don't know if you heard it, so...
I always usually think of Mason Mount, if that's even the right words, as an attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
You saw what he did at Chelsea. He's someone who gets on the ball.
Here we go.
Seen him deeper this time around, alongside Santos. Let's just focus on Mount. What have you made of him so far in this pre-season?
I've been really impressed so far, and again, it's for a few different reasons. I think,
I promise you,
fundamentally, the thing that's good about Mason Mount is his technical floor is very high. He's just a good footballer.
Yeah.
And that might be like, well, they're all good footballers, but they're not. You watch people play, and that consistency of touch, the consistency of pass, checking his shoulders, knowing the space that he's in, being aware of the teammates around him, the strength of those teammates, he's got all of that. There's and another thing that like you don't see on the pitch all the time. He's a likeable guy. He's seen everyone who speaks about him, managers, teammates. He's a good person.
Oh, I think this is slightly strong to know if he's a likeable guy. I don't think Joe Smith here knows him well enough. We're getting into a tricky... Now, hang on a minute. Carry on, Joe Smith.
Well, certainly a net positive. I'm not saying he's like
he's a net positive,
but he's a good bloke to be around, and people seem to like him.
Ridiculous.
So he ticks a lot of the boxes in terms of giving him a chance, giving him a second and a third chance. I think what we've seen with him is, in his time at Chelsea, he's played as a sort of left inside kind of 10, outside 10, inside foot, like, all these phrases that get chucked about. Basically a sort of an old-fashioned left midfielder. We've seen him also as a number 10. We've seen him as a bit more of an industrious number 8. But the good thing about him is he's always got a bit of...
Now, he isn't really... Now, okay, I'm going to... If you've... I hope you're still watching after my Mason Mount, because I've just forgotten something. I think defensively, the work rate, isn't it? That could be a problem. But remember, we're not playing that kind of football, so...
The Luke Shaw's about him where you can sort of imagine him playing anywhere because of this technical flaw that I'm talking about. So when he has to drop a little bit deeper, and I do think he's kind of playing as a bit of a hybrid between that deep line playmaker and a number 8 where he gets up and down, because Santos, as we mentioned, is doing that holding stuff. He can do a job there. I think it's all about with him. He needs to believe in himself again, and probably most of that is physically. Most of that is, having a real run in the team. But I think if you actually look over the last 12 months,
oh, he's right, isn't he? I don't know if we can carry on doing this. It's been a long time. That he's correct though, isn't he? There is that slight flaw about Mason Mount as well, and I think I can't say about it because I've never met the chap. I've seen him on the telly. I mean, goodness me. I think. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Manchester United transfer window so far. What do you think about Andrey Santos? What do you think about Mason Mount being a pivotal player within this team, which, if he got it together, he could well be? I know. I think that's going to be it for today. Don't forget to smash a like and subscribe. I'm going to dress for the occasion next time, but it is hot. Anyway, until then...